what I was talking about, bro. They, they
Yo,
didn't
that's
like what I was
crazy.
talking. I was about to go crazy on them. They was gonna be like, "Damn, yo, we gotta yeah, just basically just launch it back up because they will know to hop back on."
No, no, the stream is still going. The stream is still going.
Oh, it is.
Discord.
Oh, I don't. It doesn't. It doesn't seem like it's still going. Okay, I think. Okay, it
Hold
is.
on.
I think it's. I see it now. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. If we're still live.
No, yeah, yeah, they definitely could. We're just gonna go without my camera.
We good? We good to go? Yeah, we're good. We're live. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happened. Technical difficulties, man. I think they're hearing us. Mark Zuckerberg now.
Yeah,
Um,
Discord just
look,
cut right out, man.
look. We don't even know. It might be owned by them too. But look, the third eye, the pineal gland. We have things in our diet that are designed against it, right? And it's really going to be up to you to read these labels. A lot of people don't read labels. They just buy stuff. They put in their body, and they really don't know what they're putting in their body. And look, I still to this day, I can't say I'm completely healthy. I still drink some Coca-Cola every now and then, even though I know it's terrible, right? So I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you can definitely get better. And I think maybe this gland is important. So maybe we're supposed to care about it. I mean, I saw a documentary, and it's crazy because you're talking about the sun god and how they used to worship the sun god back in the day. They used to worship the sun. Right now, there's a lot of reasons why. That's a whole nother episode, a whole nother rabbit hole. But it reminds me of a documentary I saw of some guy in India that doctors were like fascinated by because they were like, "Yo, I don't understand how this guy's still alive." This guy was not eating food at all, no physical food. He was surviving and living very healthy too, at that, with just water and what's called sun gazing. He was actually, as an exercise, staring at the sun, which is a known exercise called sun gazing. You do it at sunset and sunrise. There's a reason why people love watching sunsets, right? That's the best time to look at the sun because it's not too powerful for your eyes. And anyway, that does something to you. You recharge like a battery, right? That's why like you said, they're trying to keep us away from being outside and stuff like that because you need that. You need to be grounded. It's also proven scientifically that when you step outside barefooted, you're actually technically, realistically, scientifically being grounded, right? There's energy that you're literally from your feet to the planet Earth. There's an energy there. So there's an energy from the sun, right? And maybe you're right. They're trying to keep us away from being out in the sun, right? This guy only sun gazed and drank water. Was in his like 60s. They were surprised why everything was like amazing with him, his health, his blood, everything. So they studied him. They wanted to make sure he was the real deal. So they had him like a test rat, I guess you could say in a way. Stay somewhere. They had him stay somewhere for like freaking months, and they just watched his behavior every day, measured his levels of energy and blood, whatever they did scientifically, and they were astonished that this guy was healthier than everybody around his age on average, and only drinking water. He never ate any food, and his
At
pineal
all? Like
gland.
even past the 28 days.
Yeah, yep, yep. He was just he didn't die. He just drank water and sun gaze, and his weight was maintained. He never really gained weight or lost weight like that. And his pineal gland increased in size. This is a documentary I saw a long time ago. It might have been on Netflix, but I don't know anymore because I watch so many goddamn documentaries. I don't even know what the source is anymore. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But you'll find it. Just Google that somewhere, right? One day when you're bored, Indian guy survives off of just drinking water and sun gazing, right? Actually, I just found another guy that's called a breatharian. I never even heard of a breatharian. This one blew my mind. I just found this guy the other day, and people are studying him too. He's really, really skinny, but he doesn't drink water or eat food. He just survives off of energy. He doesn't eat food or drink water. I mean, he's skinny as hell, but he's, as far as like the scientific studies show, he's healthy. He said he doesn't even use the bathroom anymore because nothing goes in, nothing has to come out. It's the craziest thing. I never heard of breatharians ever, but there's actually a real thing, right? Vegetarians, there's a breatharian, somebody who only eats air.
So so now let me play devil's advocate. So like do you think that with like these people that can just fucking sit there and drink water only, not use the bathroom. Could you say that there's like some type of like birth defect with them? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because but this guy was a regular guy from Philly. That's crazy because he became like a enlightened, like Buddha guru type guy. I think he's from Philly. I know he's from some rough area, some hood. He's a regular African American guy who just decided to give this route, I guess, a shot, and he's been doing it successfully. So now he teaches it. People come out there and learn how to become breatharians with him, and they can see with their own eyes, doing his studies and his courses or whatever he's doing, that he's not eating or drinking at all, and he's still very healthy and very strong. And what I like about it is the fact that he was a regular guy. He was a regular guy and decided to go on this route. I never heard of breatharians, and then I started looking into it, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of freaking breatharians out there. I never even knew that was even real. Like, so anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But but this Indian guy was only drinking water. That I can kind of understand. Like, okay, you could probably pull that off. Like, water, at least, right? Because like shit, I'm thirsty right now. You know what I'm saying? And but his pineal gland was increasing off of sun gazing. And remember, you were saying that when we know this from ancient Egypt, they worship the sun.
Yeah, sure.
They're trying to keep us away from the sun. Why?
Yeah. I mean, they
Why?
tell us not to stare at it. They tell us,
They
not to
tell
be
us
out in the
you're
sun
gonna
too
go
long.
blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna go blind. I did it before. I have not been blind, bro. I did it before. I
Oh,
even
no,
did it.
I'm not staring at the sun.
Look, bro, I even did it. I even did it when it was like when you're not supposed to do it. When it's like in the middle. When it's in the middle of the sky, that's when it's powerful. You're not supposed to do it because it's like, you have to train yourself to get to that level. The best is sunset, sunrise when it's a little dim, and you do exercises. You look at it for 30 seconds or whatever you feel comfortable with, 15 seconds at a time, and you just stare away. I promise you do that, you're gonna feel different. You'll feel different immediately. It's like a battery that gets charged. The battery, if it had the ability to feel, it would know immediately that it is charged more. It has more juice. So the pineal gland, his was increasing. That's the crazy part because normally by the time you get into old age, it shrivels up because you have all this fluoride in your system and your toothpaste every single day. How clever of them, right? To put it in something you use every day, multiple times a day, right? Crazy. Yet you have fluoride-free toothpaste that exists out there because look, we live in a free will universe where you can choose to be rich or poor, healthy
For
or
sure.
sick, right? It's up to you. It's a free will. They might set the traps, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be woke. You got to make these decisions as an adult. If you were a kid and your parents were giving you Colgate your whole life, you got no choice. But now you do. You just heard this right now. So you'd be a fool if you didn't go on Amazon.com and order one with my link. Now I'm playing. I don't got a link, but order it, right? Order it. But let me get into a little bit more biology with the pineal gland before we get to some interesting stuff, spiritual stuff. The pineal gland, like I said, it has water in the center of it, right? Like a water balloon, and they actually found little piezoelectric crystals that float inside this water in your pineal gland. They found it, right? Because we take all this stuff apart. That's what humans do, right?
Yeah.
So we found these little tiny crystals inside of the water floating around. And guess what? If you take those piezoelectric crystals out, if I'm saying the right word correctly, because I'm not a scientist, don't quote me on these things, do your own research. But when you take these little crystals out of the water, if you strike it with anything, just strike it and break the crystal, lights of all colors, from the rainbow, random lights, the random colors will spark out of it, right? Just like when you flick your lighter, you get a spark of light. Well, and that's a crystal that's causing that. There's a crystal that's causing the lighter to do that. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a crystal. So you got these floating crystals in your pineal gland. It's been proven already. They did studies. When you strike these little crystals, random different colors of the colors we know pop out. Doesn't that make you fucking think? Wow. So these little crystals inside my pineal gland, The pineal gland that releases these known chemicals like dimethyltryptamine, if I'm pronouncing that right, DMT, and this other one that starts with an M, long, crazy scientific words, releases these chemicals to put me into dreamland or when I die, right? And then now I know there's these little crystals that can give off all the colors we can think of that are floating around inside of my pineal gland. And now here's where it gets, and now this one I'll bring, it's biology, but I'm gonna bring it when I talk about the spiritual side. So you got these little crystals floating around, right? You got properties of an eyeball, and it's your third eye. It's inside of your head. Now, do me a favor. Can you go on, pull up an image? Go on Google real quick and type in picture of the brain. Yeah, just type in picture of the brain. I'm gonna see what pops up. Picture of the brain.
Let me go ahead.
Let me see what you guys are writing in the chat. So check out the Wim Hof breathing technique, help you open your pineal gland. 100% breathing techniques do a lot of different things for sure, even for that. Yes, awesome that you've been buying Toms as well. Great. Yeah, it does. Yeah, eye properties. Today's episode is going to be some heat today. What's up? Yeah, I can. Just go ahead and type in, let me see, type in brain, I guess, and then just see what the images show. I'm looking for an image of a brain that's cut in half and the sideways angle of it, like the side profile of the brain, but cut in half. So it probably pop up on images. I'm gonna need you to let me see. There you go. Okay, great. That's good enough. It's better when the brain is split in half and you can see the center. But that's good enough. That's good enough. All right. So you see this symbol on my arm, the Egyptian symbol. I think they call it the Eye of Horus or whatever, right? If I were to put this at another angle, which I can't because my arm doesn't go that way, you would notice that it's the same exact outline of the middle of that region of your brain, and in the center where the eye falls on the eye, where the eyeball falls, is exactly where your pineal gland lands. So the Egyptians knew the layout of your brain and they knew exactly where the pineal gland was. And that's why they used to have this symbol everywhere. It's not just a symbol of power. Well, it does have a lot to do with power, but it's not just a symbol of power, whatever definition they put on Google. Nah, this is the layout, the actual outline of what's around the center of that brain where the pineal gland lands. So the Egyptians knew this, and that's why they drew these symbols. Okay, so that I wanted to show you guys, and you see the little gland right in the middle. You see it? It's like a little
Which one?
tiny.
Which one are you talking about?
The one right smack in the middle.
Talking about this right here?
Man, I can't see, the screen's too small. It's not. It's probably the one in the middle, or the one next to that one. I know it's really small.
This one right here? Can you see it? Did I lose you, Bruce?
My bad. Do you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Yeah, somebody was calling me. So right there, that's the pine cone gland, the pineal gland. They call it the pineal gland because it's the shape of a pine cone. Now here's what's crazy. Type in search bar on Google. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of the spiritual side. And at any moment, bro, if you got anything you want to say, you go ahead and chime in at any moment. Type in.
I mean, this is like I said, bro. This is like interesting. I know we got somebody talking in the chat. So we got somebody saying, monks say we as spirits enter the body around the day 45 after conception. And this is also when the pineal gland starts to grow and sex of a fetus determined. That's really interesting. Yeah, I never really heard of that. So hold on real quick. Bruce, are you done with the screen sharing?
Oh no, I was gonna tell you, type in Vatican pine cone statue.
All right. Vatican?
Yeah, at the Vatican.
Yo, bro, now you know I'm stupid, bro. I don't know how to spell Vatican, bro, so.
Yeah, VATICAN. VATICAN.
All right. You said Vatican pine cone?
Vatican pine cone statue, right? So the Vatican is, you guys know what the Vatican is, the big old church, right? Now, not only will you notice in look at that big statue right there. So they got that statue right at the Vatican. Look how big that is. Why do you think they're just glorifying a pine cone?
Yeah, I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you, bro.
Like, why would they just have a random gigantic? That's actually huge, guys. By the way, you got to be there. But you can tell by the little person next to it. That is a huge statue because they also know if you actually look at ancient texts, pictures, and paintings, you will see rulers with staffs in their hand, and at the tip of their staff, you will typically see a pine cone because they also understood the power of the pineal gland.
Ah, I get it. Yeah, I
See,
see. I see the connection now. Yeah.
yeah, we are all gods. It says it in the Bible. I'm not even a Bible person necessarily. I won't say I'm against it, but I'm not like a Bible person. I don't master the Bible, but it's even in the Bible. It says you are God. God is within you. You are God. We're God like whatever, right?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
but it's there. We have like these statues and staffs, ancient staffs. Look at those ancient staffs
Yeah, I'm
right there in
looking.
the picture you see with the pine cone. It's because that's symbolic. They understood it at a higher level. Like you mentioned, the Illuminati, the Masons, and all these individuals, they understood at a higher level. And you can see that picture there of that bird-looking creature handing someone a pine cone,
Yeah.
right? So that makes you think, like, was the pine cone gifted to us?
Yo,
Was the pineal was the
what's
pineal
crazy,
gland
bro?
gifted to us?
I
What's up?
actually been to the Vatican and I've never seen that statue. Like
That's
I actually
crazy.
like
That's huge.
been there, walked around, never seen that statue, bro.
That's crazy. That's like that shit. That's well. Then again, most people probably wouldn't even like care about it. They'll be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I've
Uh,
never like I said, like I've never even like thought about that, but like when I started looking into like the third eye and stuff like that, and just like thinking about it, like and seeing how much it was suppressed in our culture, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what kind of like throws me off. Yo, hold on real quick. Like me not being on this camera is like bother. This thing's Oh, look at that. Look, it finally worked. There we go. So, yeah, all right, let me look at this screen. Got so many screens on here. So yeah, yeah, definitely like, me like after you do some research on the third eye and you really like look into it and you really see like, why it's been so suppressed and like why a lot of like culture from back in the day was stopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? Like, why like the things that the Egyptians were doing, like people don't do no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? Like, if they were such a powerful, a powerful nation, because right now we don't stop doing what we used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like our cultures, we're still trying to take over the world, still trying to dominate. I mean, I grew up eating fucking rice and beans. My kids gonna grow up eating rice and beans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like, how does like a whole culture just instantly go away? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even you think about it, like if you go to Egypt now, like the people are nothing like how they used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's
it's
sad.
lost.
Yeah, like
It's lost.
yeah, like and just to think like how Africa went from being a superpower to just nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how is that?
That was on purpose though, man. Look, there was a. It's very obvious when you look at the ancient sites. Like I said on one of the last podcast episodes, there was a big battle. It seems like, and it seems like the people that were originally here lost. Like they
Yeah.
lost the battle, and it seems like whoever won the battle said, "You know what? Let's wipe out their history. Let's make them forget who they really are, what they're capable of. Let's dumb them down so that we can control them, and let's just use them for our entertainment."
Yeah, that's what somebody just said in the chat too. It was like it's easier to control when we're ignorant, and I think that's very true, man. Like ignorance is bliss sometimes, though, man. Like some people need to be ignorant, and some people don't. Obviously, people like me and you, like we're not ignorant to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I guess you can say our third eye is open, or our conscience is open, or whatever it is. We definitely think differently than other people, and there's a lot of people like us, that question everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just was never that person that grew up and was like, oh, okay, tell me to do this, I'll do it. All right, tell me to do my homework, I'll do it. Okay, like that just wasn't me. So it's like when you grow up and then you start, researching, you start seeing things like it's weird, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even with the toothpaste with the fluoride, like it's just weird. Like I
It's
knew
a
about the
setup.
fluoride, but like I never like because I still brush my teeth with fluoride fucking
Bro, I mean,
toothpaste,
I
bro.
want you to
But
like
like,
think about it though. Like why wouldn't they? They're in power. They're controlling this huge, highly intelligent race that they're
hmm
controlling for their own agenda. Like, why would you not go to all these measures to keep the control? If you were them, you
yeah,
would do all of that. You would literally go all out. Fluoride, you would fast food, whatever. You would go all out. Entertainment, music, you would go all out to control them because they know the power of just one. Like it's
yes,
been proven throughout history, it's been proven that one person can really change the world.
yeah, now for sure. I mean, like we talked about on the last podcast with Hitler, so like you can see what one person can do. You know, what I mean, with nothing, with their mouth. So and they definitely see that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even still like with the industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look what they've done to the industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can say it's the devil, you can say it's, secret societies, it's people that just want power. Whatever you believe, you're gonna believe there. But again, I just me personally, I just think it's a mixture of obviously, I believe in God. I have my own relationship with God, stuff like that. There's certain things that I don't believe in, but that's another subject. But like you look at it, man, and if you take like a serious look at the industry, you see the third eye everywhere,
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
Rap, rock, hip hop. It doesn't matter what your genre is, you see it everywhere. And then when you think about it, people in power, like even presidents, you know what I'm saying, like politicians, you see it there too. Why do they have the information and why don't we have the information? So it's like that's
And
what people have to ask themselves. Like,
yeah.
why do these people in power know about this third eye? And why don't you know about it? That's my question to the people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you anybody that's on this show can no longer claim ignorant. Nobody. Like, whoever's watching this right now, like you can't claim ignorance anymore. You have to start questioning everything. Everything that's going on, what's in the world, like why is this working? You know what I mean? Why do we have computers? Why, like, figure out everything. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, the more you open up that third eye, the more conscious you become, more in tune with your body you become, the better it is for you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna let COVID, run your life, or you're not gonna let whatever anchor is on Fox News or CNN, run your life. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run your own life, and that's very interesting, man. I'm gonna look into it more, like about the fluoride, because I know they definitely did say, like, I read it, but I never, like, you know what I'm saying, like I never like put two and two together. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy with the fluoride. But I do know, like, the foods that we got. So what is it? The FDA, right? FDA's for the food. So I know a lot
Yeah, I
of our
don't trust any
foods.
of them.
Huh?
I don't know. I
Uh,
don't trust any of them, any of those three-letter
no,
companies.
no, fuck no. Yeah, no. Like you think about it, bro. Like the food that we have here in America doesn't get it wouldn't pass anywhere else in the world. You know that, right? Like a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
our a lot of our
a lot of other
processed
countries are
foods.
healthier.
Yeah, yeah. Like a lot of our processed foods and refined sugar, like the stuff that we have in our products, it wouldn't even come to close to passing anywhere else. Even our meats, like our meat grades, stuff like that, like that stuff wouldn't even come close to passing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're buying like fucking Walmart meat, I feel sorry for you, bro. Like, don't buy no
Yeah.
meat from Walmart. That's like the worst meat you can ever buy, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh hell yeah. Let me see what these guys wrote. See how my brother Sean writing. History is written by the winners. I have an issue. Daughter, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of good comments from you guys. A lot of good comments. Yeah, I'll definitely, man, look into it more for sure because we put these things in our body, and we talked about. I know somebody said something about ignorance, and you said ignorance is bliss. I used to say that all the time. I used to say ignorance is bliss, but then I don't know. I kind of like changed the motto now. To me, ignorance is broke.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like,
for me,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
for some
because
people, ignorance is
like
bliss. Like, you know what I'm saying?
because if you're ignorant, that means you're like ignoring something.
Yeah, for sure. For
And if
sure.
you're ignoring something, it usually just compounds, negative or not,
Hmm.
right? Or positive, doesn't matter. It's going to compound. If I just ignore that weed, it's going to take over my whole garden.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
for
care. I don't
sure.
care how blissful I am. I can sit there and meditate in the middle of the garden, but it's
Yeah.
going to get taken by the weeds
Yeah,
if
for
I just
sure.
ignore it, right? So like, but I get the motto. I understand.
Yeah, it's
But
like the Matrix, man. You remember that one guy?
yeah,
He was like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
like I just want to forget. Like I want to go back
Life,
to the regular world, man. Like I don't want to know this world no more. It's the
yeah,
same thing, man. A lot of people like once they come into the world that we live in, it's GG's for them, bro. Like see you later,
yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
these people that find out like what's really going on in America and like how they're being scammed. Like, I was talking to one of my good friends, man. Like I was telling him about like keeping money in the bank. I was like, "Yo, bro," like he was like, "Yeah, but you lose money if you invest in cryptos and stuff like that." And he's not, dumb or anything like that. He understands it, but he just doesn't understand how money works. Like his financial literacy is high. So he was saying, like, I was telling him, like, "Yo, bro, the money that you had in your bank, like, yeah, I might have lost money on crypto, but I gained a lot more." You know what I'm saying, but again, you kept your money in a bank and you just lost 14% of your money. He was like, "No, I didn't. My money is still in my bank account." I was like, "Yo, bro, inflation went up by 14%. Like you lost money. You may not see it physically in your account, but you have lost 14% of your money in that bank." He was like, "No, I didn't. You sound dumb." Like I was like, "All right." Like I couldn't explain it more to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
that's the world we live in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like you're
exactly. So
dumb.
for
Yeah.
them, it's like let me just be a little ignorant with these things because I don't feel like understanding them. It's gonna make me feel negative about my life, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like it's the regular mechanism that most people have, right? Stay safe mechanism, right? So you want to stay safe, you want to feel safe. So
Yes.
anything that feels uncomfortable, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just ignore that. Let me just ignore that and be over here and be blissful, right?
Yeah.
But
Not for
you
sure.
still
It's
got to
crazy how
face that
people
reality.
suppressed. Like, and they don't know it.
Yeah,
Like people are literally
100%.
suppressed to the fact that like they think they live in this imaginary world. Like you think about it, man, like the American dream. Like think about the American dream, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you buy a house, you go to school, you get a car. Who's that all benefiting? Like, you know what I'm saying? You pay your taxes on time, pay all your bills on time. Like, who's that benefiting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a
Oh
benefiting
yeah,
America, bro. Like,
yeah.
that's why it's the American dream. Like,
The
the
same,
only
the same
person.
people, the same people that are trying to decalcify our pineal gland, right? The same
Yeah.
people
Yep. It's the
are the
same
same
people.
people that are out there um, creating all these systems.
Yeah.
So let's dive deeper into the pineal gland. I'm gonna bring a little bit of the spiritual stuff that I learned when it comes to the pineal gland. So let's remember that the pineal gland, it takes us into dream world. Now, most people still don't understand what the dream world is. They don't. No one really knows. We got all these books out there that are explaining dreams and stuff like that. We kind of understand it in a spiritual sense, but we don't really understand it 100% yet in a scientific sense, right?
Hmm.
Dreams. Most people can't explain it. Why do we dream? Most people don't even understand it. But yet, this gland takes us there. This gland also takes us into whatever we experience when we die. So that's also very crazy to understand, right? So when we think about it, we connect all these dots, right? There was a guy named Descartes that, well, I don't want to get the century wrong, but from a couple centuries ago, Descartes quoted and said something. I might have the words incorrect, but he said something about you know, in the middle of your head lies the seat of your soul,
Mm.
right? So if you think about it, we just found out that the pineal gland is in the
Middle of
middle,
your head.
and he said that's where your seat of your soul is. A couple of centuries ago.
Mm.
So there's people out there that really believe that you're beyond the body, that you have a soul, right? Everybody believes that,
Yeah, for
right? They
sure.
believe you
For
have a
sure.
soul,
Yeah.
and they believe that this body, comes and goes, but you are forever because you have a soul that's energy, right?
Hmm.
And that it comes and goes into different avatars, different bodies, whatever. So, okay. So how does it come into the avatar? Okay, maybe that's where it comes into the avatar. Besides
Mm.
maybe obviously maybe connecting to the whole thing, the whole body eventually, but maybe that's where it starts. Maybe that's where it comes in into the picture. Maybe that has a lot to do with it at least. Maybe it's like when you have a controller of an Xbox in
Hmm.
your hand, there's a whole bunch of components that make this one component. And there's components inside the controller that are very important for the controller. Like very important for the controller. It powers the whole thing, right?
Hmm.
There's certain parts in there that power the whole thing. So let's just say maybe the pineal gland, something like that. Because that's what Descartes said. And you know, when you when you think about like the ancient texts and people who are saying the pineal gland is like a stargate, like a portal, and this and that, you start to think about that very concept, right? Of what Descartes said. Okay, so maybe this is where your soul comes into the body, and it makes me think about like the simulation theory and what I said last time. I don't know if
Hmm.
you remember. I said when it came to simulation theory, I said that I feel like maybe if this was a simulation, if it was, and we were in some kind of a video game or whatever, like virtual reality that we created, simulated, um, that maybe the avatar itself, our body, our brain, the whole thing is the actual like remote and console of that video game, right?
Hmm.
Well, that's kind of how any other video game works too. There's something that you're using to control the rest of the console, the rest
Hmm.
of the whole experience. There's something you're using to control the rest of it, right? To have the experience. Maybe that's how it works here too. So that right there, like anybody, some people have different thoughts. They're saying, your heart as well, and I get that because we also found scientifically that your heart has a little brain in it,
Yeah.
right? Your heart actually has a little brain. They call it a little brain in your heart, and it's also been proven that you can have like memories and stuff also kind of stored throughout your body as well, not just your brain, also your heart, right? So I get it. Maybe the soul is connected to everything, but maybe it enters through somewhere. Maybe that has something to do with it, the whole thing. Because why are the ancients talking about it? Why are they talking about it? Why are they mentioning this stuff? Now, here's another cool, interesting concept that I came up with. Right, and this is down the rabbit hole, guys. I'm not joking. We're about to go down a little deeper. We're about to go down a little deeper. It's going to be a little bit hard for some people. Hard drives might malfunction listening to this right now. Now, remember the pineal gland. This is science. Pineal gland has like water inside of it. Okay, that's what it's mainly inside of. It's just water. It's very small. But as a gland, it actually has a blood flowing through it. I forgot what the exact measurement was per cubic, whatever the hell it was, but it has a lot of blood basically flowing through this gland, like more than some of your like as far as how fast it's flowing through, more than some of your major organs. So put those two together. Also, the exterior of your pineal gland is also like water, basically. Like there's a water layer on the outside, besides water being in the middle, besides this little flesh that makes a balloon. Water and blood. Remember that, right? A lot of blood flowing through the gland. We're going to put these things together. A lot of blood flowing through this gland, water in the middle of it. Now, I used to always be amazed by the whole concept of like people who would drink so much that they would like black out and like not remember what they did. And be,
I've been
I
there.
see my brother do that before,
I've been there.
and I never knew what liquor, like I remember I was like what, like I don't know, like 18, 19, 20. I don't remember exactly, somewhere around there. And that's when I was like still drinking, a little bit of beer and stuff. And when you drink beer, right, or drink anything, right, you start going to the bathroom a lot. You start peeing a
Hmm.
lot. Like you just start. And I remember one day I was young, I had a fake ID, but I was like in the club already. And there was this older gentleman that was in the bathroom with me and my boy. We're all using the bathroom and stuff. And I just remember saying that. I was like, yo, man, that's just crazy how we drink and it just makes you pee so goddamn much. And I'm just a regular kid from the hood. I don't understand everything, right? Or know this stuff. So he
Yeah.
started schooling a little bit on the spot. I didn't ask for it, but he was like, you know why that happens, right? So he started telling me, he's like, because the alcohol dehydrates you and blah 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 blah. Started teaching me all the science behind it, I guess, right? For a brief moment in the bathroom, right? I was like, okay, so now, so anyway, I started putting all these things together throughout my life. That's how I am. I connect dots looking back. I,
Yeah.
I don't I don't come up with all these theories on the spot. I
Mhm.
build on them, right? So I was like, okay, so I remember that guy told me that, and I found out that's actually true. Dehydrates you. And I also remember I was gonna get a tattoo once when I was 16, 17. And my boys was telling me like, yo, let's take a couple of shots or whatever. Like they was telling me like that's what people do, right? To like so you don't feel the pain or whatever the hell. I was new to getting tattoos, man. My first one. I was like, I'm not drinking, whatever. And they were like, oh, but you're gonna bleed more though as well. I'm like, why? They're like, oh, because liquor runs through your blood.
Yeah, it
So you
thins out
go,
your blood. Yeah.
they're like, yo, you're gonna bleed a little bit more though with your tattoo. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, why would I do that then? I'm like, nah, man, I'll just smoke. Give me the blunt, man. I'll just smoke. Give me the blunt. So I didn't do it. But anyway, I'm putting two and two together. This pineal gland has a lot of blood flowing through it. More like as far as even though it's small, as far as like the rate, faster than most. Water in the middle. Liquor dehydrates you
Mm-hmm.
and it runs through the bloodstream.
Mm.
Now, when people have too many drinks, what happens? They say that they became someone that wasn't them.
Yep.
My dad used to like not trying to air my dad out, but my dad used to get drunk back in the before I was born. He used to get drunk and he was abusive.
Yeah.
He wasn't him. He wasn't like that naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But he would drink to the point where he became somebody else. Why does that happen? It makes you think, okay, so Descartes said, in the center of your brain lies the seat of your soul. We found out there's a pineal gland in the center of your brain. We found out this gland is important scientifically. It releases chemicals that take you into dreamland and near-death experiences. You start connecting these dots, right? That's what I was doing, just connecting these dots. And I'm like, wow, maybe that person really wasn't them at that moment.
Yeah.
Maybe they did something to their pineal gland negatively with liquor, right? What do they call liquor? What's the word for liquor and drinks?
What do you mean, like
What's the word for it that we call it? That people call it when you pass the liquor store?
alcohol?
What does it say?
I just call
It
that
says
bitch alcohol.
wines. It says wines and what? Wines and
Alcohol?
spirits.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It always says spirits.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, I have seen that before.
And that's where the seat of your soul is. What if somebody stole your seat for a brief moment?
Mm. Yeah, it takes away the liquid. Yeah, that does make sense,
Look,
man. That does.
and I'm the only one that came up with this theory. So make a video, short clip of this. All right. The person we hired to do our YouTube videos, make a
Yeah.
short clip of that because I'm the only person to come up with that theory. I've never seen it anywhere. I just put things together and I was like, yo, I think this is true because I saw my brother black out and he literally tried to take me and him off of a bridge in New York after a club, tried to take my steering wheel while I was driving and
Jeez.
make me go into the bridge. And he wasn't himself. And I can almost tell in his eyes that he wasn't himself.
Yeah.
Like literally, I could tell it wasn't him. And I was like,
Mhm.
bro, who the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So, and I've seen it firsthand. So from experience, that's just a theory. It's not that I can't scientifically prove that, right? You can't.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say it's a theory. So spiritually, I think this gland is very important, and that's why we kind of have to protect it. We gotta do what we're supposed to do, sun gazing here and there. That's why human beings love to watch the sunset. It's not just a girly thing, man.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that is true, man. Because I did have like a blackout moment, and something crazy had happened to me, like to the extent of that level. And ever since then, man, like I've never like blacked out ever again. Like I've never like drunk to the point where I'm gonna black out, or like if I feel like I'm getting close to that, like I get scared, bro, and like I just stop. Like you know what I mean? I'll stop
Me too.
drinking, or I'll start drinking water, and I just try to stay as far as away from that person that I had become one time. That it never happens to me again, because like I just didn't have control of my body. You know what I'm saying? So that does make sense. Like like somebody can take like your spirit, like dehydrated.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it, man. Like I don't know, people say they believe in all these religious texts and stuff like that, But then when they hear stuff like this, they act like this is so far fetched. But yet you
Nah.
believe in angels. You believe in angels and demons.
Yeah. Yep.
You
If you
believe in
believe in one,
angels.
if you
You
believe in
believe in
one, you gotta
angels
believe in
and
the other.
demons. You
Yeah.
believe in angels and demons. We know what a demon's nature is. We know that they can be negative in any type of way, right? And
Yeah.
we know an angel's motive. An angel is nice and great and love, whatever, right?
Hmm.
Well, maybe during those moments, these things can be around you energetically, right? People believe they have guardian angels. People believe in this stuff. Why wouldn't you think there's maybe some, I don't know, potential negative entities as well?
Yeah, for sure.
That,
Now there is.
that exists out there that might want to manipulate you to do something negative because and that's a whole that's deeper in the rabbit hole. I'm not gonna go down that deep.
Yeah.
Not on this one. That's too deep. But
Yeah.
but, but I will say, like, if you believe in angels and demons, if you believe that you have guardian angels, if you believe in any type of like non-visual entities that
Hmm.
exist, if you believe in ghosts, whatever, okay, well, put two and two together yourself. Put two and two together yourself. All right. Now, like I said, there's no way to prove that. It's my very own theory. My very own theory. I just put these things together, and honestly, the same thing happened to me. And that's why to this day I just know my limits. If I do drink, it's very not as often at all. It's social, and I'll literally I know my limit. I'll have like 2 drinks, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Now I'm the same way, bro. Like
yeah.
yo, it scared me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that like I woke up and I'm like, yo, people tell me I was doing, I was like, yeah, nah, man, that's never gonna happen to me again. You know what I'm saying? And like even now, like people like, man, you don't drink? Like, nah, I'm like a social drinker. Like I have like a beer or something like that, or I get like a little tipsy and talkative, and then I'll stop. Like that's it. That's like as far as I'll go. I can't. I will never ever let myself get taken advantage of the way I did. Like, you know what I'm saying, or not have control of my body. But yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I definitely, especially being in like, Spanish cultures, like everybody knows there's good entities and there's bad ones. So, and you know what I'm
They
talking
believe in
about.
all that. They believe in the brujeria. They believe in
Yeah,
all that
yeah, for sure, man. Like, so, like
stuff.
we all know we all know what you're talking about. If you're in the Spanish culture, I mean, the other people who's watching this is probably like, yo, those people are crazy. Like, yo, look, it's down the rabbit hole, all right? So, yo, look,
This is true.
that stuff does exist. I don't know if you want to call it, good or bad. I don't know. Families like to call it good. Some families like to call it bad. Like nobody really knows. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah.
know. But my biggest thing is what I tell people is if you believe in one, you best believe you better believe in the other one. And I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna lie, we see the devil way more than we see, God. You know what I'm saying? So and it's just you see it all the time, man. Like people have recordings. You see everybody's had a there's no one you could talk to in this world who's like they never seen the devil or like seen something like that he couldn't explain. Which is like why would that happen? Like you know what I'm saying? Like why would this like random kid just get hit by a car? Like why couldn't it be like somebody else? I mean, not saying it should have been somebody else, but like why couldn't like you know what I mean? Like everybody's like seen something along that stance of like of seeing the devil, like something you just can't
Oh yeah.
explain, and it's just pure evil. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But very few are seeing miracles or stuff like that. I've had the chance to see both. You know what I mean? So it's just like I tell people, if you believe in one, believe in the other. And don't be ignorant to that. That's one thing I would definitely say. Don't be ignorant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There is a higher power, whether you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the computer gods above us controlling us in our simulation, or whether it's just a real God that's giving us faith, man. Whatever it is, you just gotta believe in it and have that own with it.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, it's very obvious. There's more beyond this, right? Because just talking about this pineal gland and learning about it proves that there's more beyond this. If that's what kind of takes you to beyond this, right? Dream world and the other realities that exist, like and there's a reason why they're trying to suppress this knowledge, and there's a reason why they're
Yeah.
not talking about it, and they're not. just telling us what's up and what's going on. We got to do the research ourselves. We do live in a free will universe, and information is more abundant than ever before. So you can find out these things like I did. I went down a rabbit hole and just found out about fluoride, found out about breatharians now just recently. Found out about that guy who was just living off water and sun gazing, and since then I won't say I do it religiously, but I every now and then we'll go and sun gaze a little bit, and it's a good exercise to do. Obviously, eating cleaner is good for your pineal gland. We had somebody mention about a meditation technique or a breathing technique that also I heard about as well. There's different ones that also boost up and get your pineal gland to be healthy. And that's probably the reason why a lot of people don't remember their dreams most of the time, because they have the wrong diets. Like I know salt and sugar have a lot to do with why it's hard to remember your dreams. As far as my research, I don't know where I got the source from, so don't quote me on that. But diets, right? So
Hmm.
we're not remembering our dreams, and yet the diets are typically against our pineal gland and our health in general. So makes sense to us. Makes sense to me that we wake up and don't remember most of our damn dreams anytime. Most people think they don't even dream. That's crazy. That's sad. Dreams
Yeah.
are amazing. I've had dreams that felt like movies where I'm like adding on to the dream every time I go back to sleep. I come back into that reality and
Yo,
I'm
bro.
carrying on where I left off at.
It's
And I'm just
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
I'm doing like a long ass movie, and then next thing you know it, I'm in a different movie, and then next thing you know it, I'm in a zombie apocalypse and running away from everything. Like
Yeah.
that is an amazing technology that they're trying to take away from us. Look how we can use it, right? I watch a couple of zombie movies. Boom, I'm in a zombie dream, running away from everybody, killing these.
Yeah.
So like that's a powerful technology, a powerful tool. What they're trying to do is like give us all this technology, which is really just parts of the human being reverse engineered and turned to technology. Because a camera is like your eyeballs reverse engineered at a lower level, to be honest. Because we're superior than technology we have still. I think even the fastest and best computer in the world still doesn't measure up to the brain, the human brain. We
Hmm.
have we're an amazing technology. All this other technology doesn't even compare, but they want to fascinate us with it and make us feel like we need it. But in reality, we already are capable of this stuff. You want to go live a simulated reality? Go to sleep right now. Clean up your pineal gland. Go to sleep right now,
Yeah.
and deliberately put yourself into a dream world and go chill in the Bahamas or somewhere. Run from zombies.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I have dreams, man, where I pick up from when I was in like single digits, bro. Like I like you laughing, man. I'm serious. Like I have dreams. I'm like, oh shit, this dream again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know what's going on, and it's just like it adapted to my adulthood. Like it's crazy. Like I dream a lot. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I do dream a lot. You
Well,
know,
that's another topic, bro. That's another rabbit hole, man. I know a lot
yeah,
about dreams.
yeah.
I
I
learned
think it's
I learned
probably
how to interpret
because maybe because my mind is always running. Like you know what I'm saying? Like my mind is going from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep is 1,000 miles per hour. Like I'm thinking about, I'm always thinking about the next step. Like like issues that's got to get done in my household or my life, finances, all this. Like that's why I don't sleep a lot because it's like it's hard for me to calm my mind down. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm just and I play video games too, so it's like my mind is like stimulated for 18 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like fucking doing 10 different things while playing video games. And in between time, like I'm still thinking about like, yo, like I gotta look at US 30 or I got Bitcoin and all this other like you know what I'm saying? Like all this other like crazy stuff that's going on in my head or I gotta pay this bill or I gotta figure out like right now my biggest thing is like by the end of the year I'm trying to make 300K. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how the fuck am I do this? What do I gotta do next? Like I got this set up, I got that set up. Like it's crazy, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's just it's it's an interesting thing, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah, I'm with
how
you,
this
bro. No,
third eye flows
everything
inside
you're
my brain.
saying, I 100% know what you're talking about because you know, I mean, I understand, bro. Trust me. Same way. I think very few people are like that, I guess, but there's people out there that are like that, like us, I guess you could say in that sense.
Hmm.
Of my brain is like I think to not to put my look. I don't even care what people think about me, to be honest. So
Hmm.
whether you think I put myself in a pedestal, or you think I'm cocky or not, look, I honestly to really believe that I have a very powerful hard drive.
Hmm.
And I feel like my brain is just different. I feel like I'm wired differently. I could do a lot of different things very fast. I can multitask, and everything you're talking about right now, I know exactly what you're talking about because
Yeah.
I'm my mind is like, you know, like it's there's so much in between. Like my girl and my stepdaughter could be next to me. They don't even know how many things I'm multitasking with. They don't
Yes.
even know like I'm like simultaneously building like three streams of income at the same time, multitasking between tabs on the laptop and my phone,
Hmm.
and like at the same time, I'm basically taking action on all of them. And nobody knows. It looks like I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting on the desk and I'm just on my phone and my laptop. But there's a lot going on. I'm back testing stuff, all types of stuff. Looking at the chart,
Yeah.
like brain is just like full speed ahead. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And you know, thank God the pineal gland does have nothing to do with that part of our brain because that
Hmm.
part of our brain is like, you know what I'm saying? The pineal gland is just like, we need that though, for the spirit, for the dreams,
Yeah.
for the benefits that it probably gives us in the long term for sure, especially when we pass and we go to the
Hmm.
next whatever. I think that's important. But the brain you're talking about, like the fast speed, I forgot if that's the front or the back, but I'm the same way, bro. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's crazy how your mind could just be like. It's like I literally feel like how like when you're on a laptop and you got like some people just be like people always ask like, bro, why you got like so many tabs open on my laptop, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's how I feel like I do that with my brain. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I
Nah, for
got like
sure. Yeah.
mad
Yeah.
tabs open, bro, and
Yeah.
I just be floating between them like a filing cabinet in my own
Yeah.
brain, like dude. And people try to talk to me and stuff like that. And they probably think I'm not paying attention to them. But it's like, yo, I'm somewhere else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm multitasking, moving a file cabinet in my brain.
I'm in Google in my
You know what
brain,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it looks like
Nah, but yo, look,
it looks like that's the
this was
time right
good.
now. So we're right
Yeah.
at that hour mark. So I guess you got any last words, Bruce?
No, I just wanted to say this was a good episode. I hope you guys, learned a lot coming down this rabbit hole. Just know it keeps going, and you want to go down the rabbit hole yourself. Go do your due diligence, learn about this stuff, take it serious, right? Remove the fluoride from your diet as much as you can. It's really not that expensive of a difference in toothpaste, guys. And Amazon will take it to your house in a day or so. And it also sells it on Walgreens and stuff like that, Rite Aid or whatever stores you got, CVS, they got them. Remove the fluoride from your diet. Clean the diet up a little bit. Because at the end of the day, even if we don't pay the price right now with the decisions we make, it's the compounded effect in the long term that hits us out of nowhere. Just like when you're compounding a trading account, it just hits you out of nowhere, like boom, oh shit, it's that much already. What the hell?
Yeah.
Holy shit, just 3% a day. Wow, what the hell? Well, it's the same thing and vice versa. So you got to be careful out there in these streets, right? So take the
Facts.
fluoride away, clean your diet up, sun gaze a little bit. All right. I mean, look, it's you can make it a thing. Just go look at the sunset, sunrise, whatever, both. Uh, Little exercise with it, 30 seconds at a time, whatever you feel comfortable with. Don't strain your eye, obviously, um, and really just do these exercises. Get it strong. But guys, it was a great episode, and
Definitely.
I think next episode, I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about, but there's just so many topics. Um, I don't know. We could talk about dreams. We could talk about a lot of things, but we will definitely announce that ahead of time. Appreciate y'all for hopping on. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing the love. Share these videos. This is the type of stuff you want to share, guys, because people need to see this. They need to hear it. The information's already out there, but the more it is out there in abundance, and the more they hear it from other people's perspectives and stuff, the better. The more
Yeah.
more chances that it clicks for them, right? So keep showing up. My co-host Anthony, any final words?
Nah, man, just make sure we finally got the YouTube up. So we're gonna be sharing that link as well, the YouTube. Make sure you guys are following the channel. Any new viewers, we appreciate you. Along with our old viewers, that's been coming by, stopping by. We appreciate you guys. And then make sure you like Bruce said, make sure you tell your family, friends, come check this information out, man, because this is good information that we're talking about. And again, it's just our own, personal beliefs and our own personal topics. You don't have to follow anything we're doing. But again, hey, look, why not come here for an hour, interact with us, talk a little shit, and then learn something. You know what I mean? That's the purpose of this. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to Bruce. And that's all I got. Any last words, Bruce? Anything?
Nah, we're gone.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.